in that.
Oh, there's a bucket camera. That's what it was. Okay. It looks at the slurp carousel.
Got it.
I played myself.
Looks like maybe another tripod fish right ahead.
Oh, there's shrimp hanging out here too. Like 6 shrimp.
Everyone likes this little mound
we
wedge.
can zoom on the shrimp and I can just go up that line there.
Okay, we've identified that eel-like fish as a Bathyuroconger.
Thank you.
The long, skinny one?
Yeah, the one that was eel-like.
Awesome.
It was either an eel-like fish or a fish-like eel.
We think it's a fish-like eel.
But it's definitely a Bathyuroconger.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the Bathyuroconger. Yeah.
Can you write that down in the chat?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. I'll spell it right.
Would the sonar that's actually on the vehicles themselves be able to pick up like fish, like big fish in the area if they were around?
A big one or a school of them, it will, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
One has something living on its fin.
Oh yeah.
So, parasite?
Looks
On
like
the fin.
It's full zoom there.
Okay.
Alright, the ship's looking in a good position for me.
All right,
stop and
I'm
check
wide.
the swim if you're...
Yep, go ahead with that. Yeah.
What kinds of things typically parasitize the tripod fish?
I think isopods are one of the primary ones.
Request you hold station. Thank you.
So
look at this main ridge coming down
the deep sea
Argus
have
cam
cleaning
that Herc is
fish
driving
like
down.
coral reefs?
Oh yeah.
It's like a contour line.
Yep.
Probably not.
Not that I'm familiar with.
And then isopods, you can actually find isopods, terrestrial isopods, in the form of roly-polies.
Yes.
My favorites. I used to have a little bunch in the backyard where I grew up, and I would visit them all the time. I love those things. A lot of them are bigger in the deep sea too. The giant isopods are really cool.
And if there's anybody from the UK, you may know them as pill bugs.
Yes, or potato bugs.
More coconut debris.
That's an interesting path to the right of Hercules in the Argus camera. I don't know that that'd be caused by a current so unique, you know?
Yeah, that definitely looks like from
That's
like those
bioturbation.
cucumbers.
Zoom in on the shrimp there.
There's a lot of them around here.
So I got to sign a release.
Yeah.
Really picked up. Ooh, there's another fish-like eel.
I've already forgotten the name.
Maybe a different type this time? I'm not sure. Bathyuroconger was the previous one, at least.
See, that's just confusing, because there's like a conger eel. But we were saying it was a eel-like fish, correct?
I'm confused at this point.
I think we think it's a fish-like eel.
Oh, that would make more sense then.
Yeah. I think that's the same one.
Yeah, it's doing the mouth thing too.
Coming in tighter?
Yep.
Oh, it's
It's getting
interesting behavior.
Argus is
Might be a little
coming over top
confused
of
from
you.
the lights, I'm sure.
Yeah, good point.
Okay, I'm gonna have to scoot.
Yep,
Coming
thank you.
wide.
We still got like 10 minutes or so in this watch. I'm still waiting for more name suggestions.
And we'll certainly be back in the AM on 4 to 8, so if you think of them while we're gone.
Don't give the other groups any names.
No.
I mean, no good ones.
Yeah, you can suggest some duds.
There's a neat little ridge that goes straight towards the cone. It might be like a feeder dike or some deep volcanic feature that's now covered in sediment.
Yeah.
We have checked our movement holding station.
Sounds like the moot's
Okay.
moot.
Yep.
If you guys are all set, I can start taking those steps up.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah. Yeah,
Alright.
we're swung in. Fair enough.
Roger that.
Push on the right there.
Bridge nav.
The shrimp like this
Request 30-meter step.
little peak
Bearing
here.
095.
There's probably a current coming
Thank
up
you.
Oh,
over
what's
it,
that?
so it's carrying food for them over that lip.
Shrimp.
Yep.
Thought that was a squid for a second. And yes, if you're watching and noticing that the ripples do look a little different from some of the other areas, we've seen quite a few different types of ripples on the sediment
Zoom
here.
in a bit.
Hey, cat shark.
Nah.
If it was a dog shark,
Oh.
I would chase the lasers.
Hold on Argus a bit.
Actually, I think
A
some
dogfish,
people
right?
call cat sharks
Dogfish.
dogfish.
Wait,
Yeah.
they're the same?
Yeah, I think so.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, and the grenadier. That's funny because I think last year on all my dives we kept calling them grenadiers.
Instead
then-
of
so
the
then-
cuskills?
Yeah, so then it's interesting the
Come
different
down
names
a little
and
bit
like-
too. Give me more delta.
No problem.
So dogfish.
That's
Eh.
confusing.
My experience with fish has been that a lot of times there's a proper name for things, and then once one name sounds good, it's like, you know, people use it as a common name for other things.
Yeah.
Any small shark, oh, it's a dogfish.
Herc is heading 90 degrees right now.
Well, shout out to the Nautilus Live Instagram page. I'm gonna go do a takeover today, later today,
Nice.
within the next 24 hours. Some point.
Yeah,
today.
shoot a hard target coming in
Day in
there.
the life of Kylie.
So it's not gonna just raise. That's rock. All this sand is gonna go to rock.
Okay.
So while we're like here, if anybody has,
That's a good return.
so I want to go
Yeah.
over instruments on the vehicle and like pick a couple, like how me and Chris were
Let
talking
it.
about
What's left to your move?
USBLs and DBLs.
We've got about 15, 12 meters left.
Let it settle out and then step in like smaller step.
Roger that.
I think that would be cool, Kylie.
Yeah, it would be my goal with the story to like, cause when we do pre-dives and stuff, we like check everything, like physically with the power off and just like, you know, what does it look like on the vehicle? How is it situated? What's the condition of it? And then we obviously check the power of it. So I've been thinking about like highlighting some lesser known, I don't know, instruments that some kids might, or anybody that might be interested in learning more about.
Yeah, there's a lot going on Hercules.
Yeah, and Argus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both of them.
Yeah, my first ROV, I actually built it at a summer camp with PVC and some other stuff that they gave us to build. Yeah, it wasn't quite as complex as Hercules. It was, I mean, it was close.
But it teaches you ballasting and engineering design process. It's
Is that like the sea perch programs?
I've done like ROV in a bag things where you just give kids like PVC,
Yeah.
you let them cut it themselves. They pop on the thrusters that already have a PVC like attachment, and they just and float, right?
Yeah.
And like it's different kinds of styrofoam stuff or like little nuts and bolts that they can add to try to find a good a ballast in the ROV.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, buoyancy and stuff like that is applicable across a lot of things. It's really cool to experience it like that.
Yeah, it was a summer program at Massachusetts Maritime Academy.
MMA. They have a good program there for different kinds of summer stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna go
Is it-
there.
oh.
It was there or the Coast Guard
Go ahead
Academy.
and zoom.
I think you did good.
I thought that shrimp was on the lens for a second. 26 legs. That's gonna be what I remember from today. I think. One
All
of
right.
Yesterday was
Alright.
angle of repose,
Yep.
and today is 26 legs.
Studying up, I'm gonna go for a 20-meter move next. You guys,
Maybe just do a couple of 10s till we see that. That looks pretty strong.
Roger that. Bridge now. Request 10-meter step, bearing 095.
Although that might be a bit conservative there. I don't think it's that. It's just hard. It's not so much steep, I don't think.
That's right, slow approach, get a good view of it.
Yeah.
On the quad view, you can see what Mike and Chris are talking about, the sonar. The steep face that we're approaching is very clear to see in the sonar.
Yeah, it is. Very
So
cool.
we're going to start switching over, but in a second, you're going to go on to something completely different.
Yeah.
So have fun with that.
Right with the watch change.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
You're welcome.
This is all just fabricated. This is done in a Hollywood basement. Scene change.
I did a lot of flying for nothing
Cut
then.
to.
Yeah.
Oh, you can start to see it here. It's amazing how,
Abrupt it is.
yeah.
Yep, if you look at the Argus cam right now and feed 2.
Very cool.
Bridge now.
Oh,
Another
wow.
step, please.
This is just where the lava stopped. It's crazy.
Oh, and we're gonna
Yeah.
miss it.
Yep.
Hey, we saw it though.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did.
We
we
got
can
it
eat. We
here.
can eat popcorn and
This
watch
is
it.
where a movie would end and like it'd be like to be continued. And
Yeah.
then, you know, it's like the Lord of the Rings. Like we made it part of the way.
What was it?
Yeah.
What was it the person recommended? Florida Valet? Was it that what they said?
No,
Valet
what
to 12
did they
was
said?
Oh.
is not us.
That
That
was-
was
No,
a
the-
different thing.
The
Okay.
Suber, because it was that. yours?
Florida Valet.
Forget what it was. Wait.
Is that what you want?
I don't know. What?
Florida Valet.
Let me see.
Yeah, but that doesn't
It's
sound as
not
good.
quite as
Sea
good.
Uber, which is what got us into Stuber.
We
See-
might
see
we
it,
might have
right.
just earned that just for this watch here.
And just one quick clarification before we head off about dogfish and cat sharks. There are quite a few different kinds of vertebrates that are called dogfish. Cat sharks are sometimes referred to as dogfish as well. So as Chris was saying, you know, it kind of names like that can get sort of attached to different species. Those common names, rather. Those are not the scientific names, but the common names that people can call them.
So now we're moving on to the volcanic cone.
Wow.
Penetrates straight through this feature on the floor. And you can see now it's covered in, these are lava flows, probably with some manganese crusting, and then the white pits are still more of that sediment settling onto it.
Cool.
Yeah. So we should see a big change, both obviously in the geology, and in the biology as well. We might start seeing corals now that they have something to root onto.
Sponges as well. They'll have some hard stuff to
Bridge
maybe
now.
get on there.
One more step, please.
So as you've been hearing, we are going to be doing a watch change in a second as the team switches over for the next watch. So you might hear some shuffling, and that's what's happening. But we've been down here off of Palmyra Atoll
It softens out
for
again.
a while
There's
now.
not much to it.
Yeah.
And we have just reached some harder substrate after spending a lot of the beginning of this dive going over sedimented areas with these current wave patterns on them. We saw lots of vertebrates, we saw cusk eels, cat sharks, tripod fish, and what is the name of that other one? The Bathyuroconger eel-like fish. And we've also seen some invertebrates, some hydroids, sea cucumbers, and one of my new favorites, the xenophyophore.
And palm fronds.
And palm fronds, yes.
Palm prawn.
Palm fronds. And so, hope you enjoy the rest of this dive. We'll be diving for almost, a full day from when we launched, or probably maybe even more. We'll see how this dive goes. And you can tune in on Nautilus Live this whole time. See some bio there.
Yeah.
Could we zoom on that?
Yep, we'll just get in a little bit closer.
Awesome.
Kind of on the end of my leash here.
Okay.
Just go ahead and zoom. I'll creep in a bit if I can.
Coming in. I'm not sure what
Are you
I'm
good
looking
with
at.
the slightly bigger moves
It's
there?
actually
Moves down.
back.
Yeah, you can try it. Do
Toward the
it. Do
bottom.
it 20. Don't do more than that. Oh, that's not bio, is it?
Bridge
No,
It
it's
was towards the-
off screen toward the bottom.
Trickery.
Uh,
Just strike that for a second.
Yeah, I think we're fine.
Just
We'll
hold on for a minute. We'll do our handover.
We'll zoom another one later. Thanks.
All right, yeah.
around. Hi everyone. Hi everyone on Nautilus Live also. We're just getting set from the watch changeover, so give us a few minutes and we'll get our team set up in here.
Hey, Science Row, I got a question for you.
Whoa.
No. Yeah?
It's not a science question, it's an ops question, so that's why I'm starting right out with it. We're trying to decide how to go up this mound. Do we want to be at a speed where we can stop and sample at a moment's notice, or are we kind of mainly interested in getting to the top, but still keep an eye on the bottom the whole way?
Well, what I want here is we want 3 samples on this on the way up.
Okay.
So you can get one early. So I mean, for the most part, you can kind of just cruise along, and then we'll find another place. It looks like it's target rich for rock samples. But if we can start to get into some more biology, you can get some samples for Steve.
Okay. Could you come full wide, please, video?
Full wide.
Disdain in that.
And you can push past
There's
the
a little disdain in that statement.
No, not at all. I'm happy to get samples.
Biology.
He was just saying to slow down when you get to cool stuff.
Thank you. Okay, so did you want to sample, like,
yeah, whenever you're comfortable.
I'm so comfortable.
So we'll get one here, one midway, and one
really?
at the top if we can.
How about this little angular looking one, middle bottom?
Well, that's good. That's a tasty one.
It's a tasty one?
Right next to Spongy.
Have you licked it? Or will you lick
SpongeBob.
it?
It's salty, though.
How does this science taste? All right. That's a big kahuna, though.
Yeah, it
is.
is.
That too big?
It's not. No rock is too big. It's just what can you. It might be too big for the box.
Well, there's only one way to know that.
Okay. If you want to go grab it, go grab it.
Do I ever?
It looks like a nice rock.
I'm going to come tight on Herc from Argus, if that's okay.
Please do. Encouraged.
Okay, Rob, question right off the bat. Are these parasitic cones also because they're on the platform?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably very similar origin to the one we saw last night.
Awesome.
I mean, the more we look at the topography of this area, I mean, almost the whole platform is covered with these things. That's very interesting. And to my knowledge, I don't think any of them have been sampled or dated before. So the information we get from these samples could be very, very interesting.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm good.
Do we want that one in the middle?
Yeah, either one, the one in the middle or the one above it, either one. Great.
Oh.
Yeah, that one's fine. India looks good to me. Or not.
Kind of South Carolina, if it.
Yeah, okay, there you
From
go.
the other side too.
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever seen Trevor drop a rock before like that.
Oh, that looks great.
You want to jump on SPL there?
Yes. Yes, I do.
That's okay, Trevor. I brought a lot of quarters.
What's that, Miles?
Steve on our watch now?
Yeah.
We're keeping him.
Yeah, it's a keeper.
I'm going to swap out right after this rock. I just wanted one rock on my watch, you know?
Nice. That's fair.
You're welcome with us anytime.
Okay, Trev, thanks.
All right.
Coming wide.
Can you give me some porch out action, please?
How would you describe this rock?
It's a basalt from elongate
This is
pillows.
silly. This is not the right way to do this.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
It's in the manual.
It is in the manual, but it's not right.
Am I going tool tray?
How do you
tray,
think
yeah.
it's wrong?
Oh, look at that temp probe modification there.
Wow, look at all that. So what would the yellow stuff be underneath?
Okay, you can close. Actually, just go slow for a second.
I don't think it's
or hold
hydrothermal
on.
stuff.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much
yeah,
for
you're
front
good
row.
to pull it in.
Okay.
I'll stop there a sec. Can I get bubble on preset 5? And then down a little bit to the bottom corner there. Keep going down. And then down, like down.
Yep.
Yeah, good there. And then up a little bit, and then can you brighten it up? It's shift, top left button, and then the zoom buttons. Just tap it to go a certain way. Yeah, it's not bad there. Just getting a little cozy on that temp probe.
If you're watching the quad feed, you can see everything they're talking about right now with the Hercules bubble cam.
Yeah. Okay, you can tool tray in, please.
Yeah, you can think about that camera being sort of at the eyebrow and then looking backwards. It
Okay,
swivels,
good
so
there, thanks.
right now it's looking backwards into the vehicle.
Yeah.
The sound effects are great.
Sorry, yeah.
No, it's great.
I remember that I'm doing them, and then someone points it out.
Realize they're out loud, that we're all wearing microphones.
It's funny that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There we go. That's a ticket. Okay. Okay, you're good. You can go back to preset 4. Or, sorry, 1. Thank you. Is that all we want from this spot?
That sounds good. Onward and upward.
Onward and or upward. Okay. That's good there.
All right, Jake, your first quiz question of the night.
Go.
What is the maximum weight that that arm can lift?
We haven't talked about that. If he knows already, that'll be impressive.
I'm going to take a wild guess.
Okay.
50 pounds.
How do you do, Trevor?
100. 200.
Yeah.
And what determines that weight? That was a question from a viewer. Well done. That wasn't really a quiz question.
Stepping.
Sure, we can start stepping.
Bridge nav.
What determines that weight? Gravity.
Okay.
The limitations of the warranty from Kraft.
Yeah. I guess if you wanted to pick up heavier things, what would you have to be different about the arm?
It would
or
have
the
to
vehicle?
be more robust. With the vehicle,
Allosaurus?
I don't know. It looks.
I'll get back to that
Yeah, it
question.
looks like it.
Yeah, we'll come back.
Let's zoom in on this fish, please.
Zooming in.
Oh, it's a duckbill. I'm totally going halosaur.
That's the first one we've seen today, isn't
There's
it?
the bottom.
That's really cool. So a scientist ashore wrote in yesterday after we had seen that halosaur that it turned out that was not the clear brain cavity one. That was just a spot on the back of its head. So I'm still hoping to see a clear brain one, but this does not appear to be that species.
They figuring it out there, Miles?
Thought the data lab was calling.
Oh, Roger.
So cool. Oh, that's great, turning around. Let's see. Oh, not quite. Don't focus.
Do they have trouble breathing if they're swimming backwards? Maybe that's a dumb question, but I did mean it seriously. Can they pass water backwards over their gills, maybe?
Maybe.
Ooh. Doesn't seem to be too phased by it, though. Oh, now he is. Okay, suddenly
He's
phased.
alive.
Quick
Come wide,
exit.
please.
Quick exit stage right.
Yeah, the craft can lift 200 pounds because that's as strong as it is. It cannot, we never lift 200 pounds because the vehicle is not built to handle that. So the arm is generally stronger than the vehicle. Wayne, could you give it a bump in, please?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
So what would have to be bigger about the vehicle? Just more
pretty much
weight and buoyancy?
The
or?
whole thing.
Okay.
The buoyancy, we would not have enough trim weights to accommodate 200 pounds of movement, but even in position, the aluminum frame would not be robust enough. Well, it would be a couple times robust enough to move that much weight, but it would not be a long-term.
There's a coral off there to the right center.
To the right side. See it there? I'll come back to it. It would not be good long-term for the vehicle. It would be too hard on it. It's not what it's been designed for. We sometimes use it to pick up 100, 120 pound stuff in water. It's okay to do that repeatedly. Go ahead and zoom there, please.
Yeah, I see it now.
It's a little hot too.
Yeah, quite a bit hot.
Looks like a bamboo. What do you think?
Looks like it.
Yeah, totally. Look at you, Rob, with the bamboo ID. Excellent.
2 a day.
Keep Steve away?
Oh.
2 a day. Let Steve sleep, as Rob said.
What's that little widget? Oh, bump the bottom.
It's a shrimp.
It's a shrimp.
Yeah, maybe a squat lobster.
All right, come wide, please.
Yeah, coming wide.
Pinchers off to the right. Very cool.
Can you come super full wide for a sec, and then
Super full.
I want to see the vignette just for a sec.
Yeah, and a little more iris.
And okay, you can push in past all the stuff.
All of it.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Just wanted to look down a little more and
Copy.
see how that plays into everything.
Oh, you found it.
I will henceforth call this zoom position wide. I will not call this full wide. Full wide will include stuff.
Sure.
There's another one right there, right center. Looks like something corally.
This little guy?
Yeah, it's just to the right of the.
Oh, I see it.
Right there.
Yeah.
It's
Okay, go
it's
ahead.
a
Single stuff.
thin skeleton type.
Is it a stock crinoid?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay, good.
Nice.
Right on. All right, come wide.
Coming wide.
Are we heading? Oh, not quite.
Bridge, nav.
Not quite east.
Correct. Not quite east. We're doing 095.
Thank you. You got this one going? Yeah.
There's a red thing on that one right ahead.
Yeah.
We got time
Oh,
for
is that a
zoom on
shrimp or
Let's find out.
coral? Coral.
Yeah, just a little mushroom.
Oh, that's great.
Micro mushroom.
You're gonna grow big and strong with your 7 polyps. You're on your way.
Hang in there, little buddy.
Yeah, there's an enemy up there at the top too.
All right.
Sponge.
There's a clear one.
Does this look like a lava flow structure again?
Yeah, this is all. It's a really nice face of a pillow with these elongate lava flows that have come down the face of it. I think that's what we're going to see the whole time here. It's kind of interesting
to
too.
come up in your
There's
delta there.
not much sediment cover, but you still
at
see
10 per
things
sec.
growing on here. So there's probably not a lot of mass wasting, like I would expect to see here, of sediment falling down. Not like the landslide the other day, but more of a sediment falling down. And Trevor, if we do see another coral, I mean, I think Steve would want a 15 centimeters of it or so.
Roger. Any flavor?
He said just about anything.
Okay.
Any coral?
How about this one right here?
Oh.
Is that one over there? What's up there? Is that
Might
a
be dead
bamboo?
Is it dead bamboo?
It was.
Was dead or was bamboo?
I think it was bamboo.
It's zombie coral.
Can you zoom in, please, Wayne?
Yes. Zooming in.
The guy's just having his last couple bites now.
Yep.
Oh,
and he's gone.
That's it. Done.
Wasn't me, I swear.
Come
Wow.
wide.
Coming wide.
I don't think he paid his bill.
Dine and dash.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna steal bubble for a second.
Great, please. Please do.
Yeah, so these are nice little pillow structures. See how nice and almost like tube of toothpaste squirted out.
Hmm. How about this really smooth section? And they're right in the center. What's?
I don't know. It could be a previous more of a lava flow. And it almost looks like these pillows are on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that other stuff could have fallen away or slid down the hill.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it looks like they did have pillows on top, but they're gone because you can see them on the to the right and the left.
Argus has a fish over.
Sneaky.
No, this no, this lava flow came on top of those other pillows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh. Just kind of selectively where it bulldozed over and or blanketed over, I guess is a better term.
Yep.
Geology's so sweet. You get like pillows and blankets.
Is lava bed a thing?
Yeah, lava bed.
There's a lot of bed-related terms.
Mm-hmm.
There's
a little
something right there,
in
right in the center.
Where are you looking at?
Yeah.
Just below the lasers.
A coral?
Next to the open, next to the open window there.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
pink.
Whoa, camouflaged.
Yeah.
Stay wide, please.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's one of the curly ones. Oh, I know this.
Full wide.
Let's grab a curly.
Iridogorgia.
We might get a bonus shrimp with our.
Is it iridogorgia?
Mm-hmm. With the tight coils,
Roger. Let me know if it gets out of hand.
and then the whirl at the end.
Give you a little more iris.
No more than 15 meters.
Roger.
At the worst.
Could you go ahead and zoom, please?
Okay, zooming in. Irising down.
Let's go this way, actually. Where am I snipping? Right here?
Yeah, you said he's yeah, you just said like 15 centimeters on that.
So here?
Yeah, why not?
Why not, he says.
Oh, we lost our buddy. He's hanging on.
Come on, break free. Ah, I missed it with the snips. Rats.
There, you got it.
Come on.
He associates
There we
that
go.
with
Come wide, please.
safety. Coming wide.
Good there.
Well, okay.
Okay, now push in again.
Okay, you got our porch lights on?
Porch light's off, but that won't help right now, I don't think.
Okay.
We could try it, but... Oh, it actually did. I'm impressed.
Yeah, okay, hold on. Let me get the focus right. That looks it. There we go.
Oh.
Okay, come wide, please.
Coming wide.
Full wide.
Full wide.
And you can give my porch out, please. Or actually, we might go on starboard side on this one. Probably.
As he goes.
It's a question for Suna.
Yeah, probably because
he's
it's
free.
small. I think it'll fit in.
Okay.
In one of the smaller compartments.
Roger that.
If that's all right with you.
That's fine by me.
If you're watching on the Nautilus Live quad view,
I'm going to come up a little
you
bit
can
so
check
can
out
come up
that
on winch.
BioBox
Just
sample.
gonna zip ahead.
BioBox on the starboard side, so the arm is now reaching around the shoulder, back, sort of behind your back if you're trying to impersonate Hercules right here, and then placing something into your pockets, you know, almost like your back pocket, all the way around the corner.
No, just before I was. Wanted to be proactive.
There's another coral there.
Could you come? Yeah, in mine. Keep coming up. I'm watching the tether in camera 3 and it was a little close. So let's go to 22 for right now. Then I'll come past you here and then we'll get to a better delta. You say Argus has stopped? Thank you. Wayne, are you full wide? Full, please.
Full. Okay,
Thank
now
you.
I am.
Another coral off to the left there.
Yep. All right, can I get bubble on 4, please? And you can give me the starboard salvo. And open up the box, please. Swing and a miss.
So you're watching the quad view, you've got that great view of setting our coral sample or Gorgia down into the starboard BioBox.
What's going on here? Oh,
that's a good one.
Awesome.
Nice
Okay,
bump.
please.
Mm-hmm.
Go team, nice.
Okay, and starboard cam.
And normal salvo. All right. I'm good now, Miles.
Oscar Mike.
Awesome.
Made it.
Well done. 20 minutes in, we got a rock, we got a coral. Head of viewers in the UK sending
Roger,
in questions. It's great to hear from you. The scaling lasers are 10 centimeters apart, so whether we are zoomed in or full wide or wide out, you can always gauge size on things by measuring sort of 10, 20, 30, 40.
Push into wide. Wide.
Thank you.
Rob, lava question for you.
Go ahead.
All right. Viewer wants to know, can different lava eruptions have different consistencies when they settle and cool, and what causes those different consistencies?
Yeah, they can. I mean, it depends on the age. Well, for these, the consistency probably might change a little bit. And a lot of it has to do with the volatiles and the water and the silica content of it.
Okay.
I mean, these are probably all hotspot related or sort of mantle plume related, so they're going to have pretty low silica content.
What's an example of something that have really high silica content?
A rhyolite, something that erupts along subduction zones.
Okay.
Or an andesite, those sorts of volcanoes along Mexico and even the ones up in Washington State.
My home volcanoes.
There you go.
I look at one out my window and I'm like, you're a volcano.
Every morning. Start your day, have a coffee, tell the volcano what it is.
Mostly when I get into the office. I can't see it from the house, but my office window frames Mount Baker quite nicely. So on these different eruptions, you know, where you have sort of this blanketing and then pillows, is that because like the rocks in the mantle plume have changed in some way, or is it, why would they come out in different shapes, I guess?
Well, I think there was probably, could have been two phases.
Okay.
So the first major one that made this large platform, the larger seamounts, probably was a more voluminous eruption. And then either what you're seeing now, the smaller volcanoes on top, these parasitic ones, there either could be another like hot region came through the area as the plate moved over top and reactivated it, or it could be it got to the point where the residual melt that created this one just got to the certain point where things allowed it to erupt again the last little bits.
Okay.
So you know, this stuff could be from the same, you know, volcano system, but just a much later period of time, or it could be a whole new one.
Gotcha.
A couple of new.
Little corkscrew coral.
Yeah. Iridogorgia again.
And the bamboo on it next to it.
Zooming in.
Mostly dead bamboo.
Yep.
Fix the focus. Drop the iris.
Itty bitty little sponge down there underneath.
Oh yeah, cute little guy.
So these little itty bitty dimplings, are those like the start of nodules, or is that just the texture underlying?
It could just be the texture of the basalt.
Okay.
The original eruption. So I don't really see too much manganese incrustation on these.
It's definitely a bamboo rod.
Okay, come wide.
Coming wide. Wide.
Thank you.
Miles, can you talk to us a little bit about the shape of this feature that we're climbing up? How tall is it? How steep is it? Can you give us the lay of the land a little? Please.
Yeah, stand by. Bridge nav. Another step. One more step.
Another coral off to the left there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a rather strange feature. It seems to be perfectly round.
You're pretty quiet. Let me
I
see.
can-
Wayne's going to adjust you.
Oh, he's
it seems to be
minus
perfectly
10.
round. The top waypoint looks like it's at 1190.
Okay.
And we're at 1473. So we got, 350 meters to go. And we just started up it. On the east side, it seems to have a little bit of a tail that sort of morphs into another similar parasitic seamount.
Okay.
All right, Wayne, can you zoom in, please? Let me see if I can catch a little bit of this fish.
Zooming in. Oh, I see him. He's hiding.
Yeah. Doesn't like big, loud, scary Hercules.
Or lasers.
I don't think he knows about the lasers.
It's totally impossible for me to ID.
Could it be a Lepidian?
I think he's coming out for
I don't know.
his
Here he
profile.
comes.
There he is.
Look at that.
It
Is it a rat tail?
It looks like a
it has
Lepidian.
that
peduncle.
spine.
It has a spine thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Not a rat tail though. Like, yeah, you're right, Tim. I don't have my million tabs open from the Okeanos Animal ID guide yet, so I'm not ready on fish.
I want to say Lepidian.
Sounds like you are the most confident one with your guess.
And 7.
7 fish. All right, come wide.
Coming wide. Wide.
Thank you.
Okay, Rob, another question from reviewers. Can volcanoes die and never erupt again?
Oh, yeah.
I think they're interested in the fact that these are coming to life.
Yeah, I mean, there are lots of these things that just never erupt again. I mean, these little parasitic ones are pretty unique.
Mm-hmm. Do we know how many of them? Is this a Central Pacific phenomenon, or are they all over the world?
No, I mean, well, it depends if you're talking about a mantle plume sort of relationship or individual volcanoes. Because if you look along the Hawaiian chain, Hawaiian Emperor Seamount chain, all the older seamounts to the northwest are all, extinct. They're not going to erupt anymore for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Farther back. But if it's a hotspot related feature, then the hot spots or wet spots or melt spots, whatever you want to call them, they can have a life that evolves through time. And when they initially start out as a mantle plume, they'll come up as a very, voluminous, robust eruption and create these things called large igneous provinces. And then depending on the type of plume, it may continue to have a conduit like the Hawaiian Islands to continue a seamount chain, or they can just have a distributed melt in the upper mantle that sometimes comes up that's a remnant part of the mantle plume head that can erupt periodically or here and there. So it depends on where you are in the chain or the history of the hotspot or mantle plume.
Awesome, thank you.
Oh, these are neat features.
These are really cool.
There's a little coral or something. Center.
Is there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, look at that coral. It's the same. Looks like the same one we had before. You see that, Wayne, right in the middle?
I see it.
Go ahead and zoom.
Zooming in.
Wow, that makes us 3 for 3 on Iridicordia.
And shrimps.
Mm-hmm. With their little associate.
All right, come wide.
Coming wide.
Rob, viewers are really interested in your explanation. Could you give us a little overview about kind of the Line Islands history? You talked a little about the Hawaiian seamount chain being, the textbook, the go-to for hotspot volcanism with a plate just neatly moving over a mantle plume. But could you talk a little bit about how maybe this is different or how it's the same, if viewers are familiar with that one?
Yeah, well, what...
Is purple sitting on the screen?
Yeah. What... okay. The Hawaii hotspot is great because you have we know where the present-day hotspot is. and it's very easy to trace it back.
Mm-hmm.
For the Line Islands, it's a little more complex history, because right now it doesn't appear to have any sort of present-day signature like Hawaii. So it kind of maybe just kind of a wet spot, melt spot, just kind of waiting there. But if you pick an area down near Easter Island and say that's where the present-day location is, and you can backtrack it, and you can backtrack it to create something called the Puka Puka Ridge, the Bodu's Ridge, which is just south of the Line Islands here, and the Line Islands themselves, as well as the Mid-Pacific Mountains. There's a way to make it create all of those. There'd be in combination with some other hotspot traces. So, but I think the main one would be the one that near Easter Island that could do this.
Is it a Paragorgia?
Yeah. Should we try to get one of these? Because it looks different enough.
Fine by me.
Yeah, that's definitely not the same one we collected.
Okay, coming wide.
Sorry? I know the deal. Yep, come full wide,
Coming
please.
wide. Full wide.
Full wide.
Those are easy.
Which one do you guys want?
It's good.
Roger.
Don't be greedy.
Jake, could you come up to 20-meter delta, please?
Suni, what do you think, yellow or red? Yellow or pink?
I think yellow looks a little bit more different than any others. So.
Yellow it is, Trevor.
Yellow it is. That looks like I might have to take the whole guy.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get a look at it again, too.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miles.
What do you think, Megan?
Okay, zoom in, please.
Zooming in.
Yeah, I didn't get a good look at this one, so I went to, oh.
Oh, it's tiny.
Very little.
Yeah, wow. I don't know if Steve's still awake.
Nice.
It looks a little like the
Come wide.
Plexuridae,
Coming wide.
which are fairly poorly known for this area. So if it's one of those, that's one of the priorities.
Preset 4. Sorry, Suna, I don't have time for a zoom on this one.
That's fine.
All right. Set 3. Starboard. Bucket.
It's harder without down cam. You can give me the starboard salvo and open the box. Okay, good there.
Yeah, so our sampling for this dive is planned in advance through the community of scientists at shore and working with the science community as far as what is known for this general area. We're diving in areas that have not had ROV dives, so we are putting the first eyes and cameras down here to record these benthic communities as well as collect representative rock samples to help
sample taken. You can close that.
All right.
Figure out the origin. So hello to all of our scientists who are tuning
salvo,
in
please.
and participating ashore as well. We had Dr. Ruth Blake participating online with us from Yale University a little earlier.
That was you with the arm, right?
Yep.
Great job.
Really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
In
Come up on
transit.
delta, please.
In transit, snatch and grab. Anybody get the license plate?
Can I get front porch on bubble? I'm actually going to go over here instead of passing right underneath.
Yeah, big up.
Oh, coral
Coral
left, big one.
Yeah, sorry, I don't have time right now.
No, it's...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine.
All right.
Okay.
So not having time to
Okay,
stop
I bet
and
you can put a move in
sample
now
is,
and we'll be good by the time it's there.